Welcome everyone back to a live stream with the Junkman, and the Junkman's going to do a little bit of crafting, I guess. I don't know, this was impromptu, kind of an idea I had this weekend, and I decided, you know what, maybe I'll set up and do a stream. Sometimes people like this stuff, but I just released a video yesterday or 2 days ago with the Structo. Welcome everyone back to sorry. Checking the live chat on my phone here. I forgot to lower the volume here. So, if you want to comment, I'll see your comment here. So anyway, I also got a new microphone. So hopefully the audio's a little bit better. I got it just above my head here, just out of frame. So you guys won't see it, but hopefully you can hear the difference. But anyway, let's get some interactions in the chat going. Let's get some little news and everything out of the way. Hit that $sign for the super chat if you want to support me, or if you like what I do here on this channel, not just this kind of stuff, but anything else that helps me buy new equipment and everything, like this new microphone. So I really appreciate it. But of course, you never have to do that. Just watch along with me if you want. Just viewing helps me out. So thank you for that. Another thing, I did a poll for the video that I just released. Everybody wanted to see the Structo dump truck restored, and I did that. It was pretty close between the pedal car and the dump truck, but the dump truck won out, so that's what I made, and you should have just seen that video. If it hasn't hit your notifications, you need to ring that bell and enable the notifications, or go to my channel, go find the videos tab, and there you go. I also have a new poll requesting votes on what you'd like to see next. I got 4 or 5 different choices there, and you can go to the community tab and find that and vote on that. Now, if you're watching this archive, that poll may be down by this time, but if it's still up, go ahead and vote on what you'd like to see there. And I might do this more in the future. It's kind of fun just to see what people vote on. But anyway, what am I working on today? This is kind of, like I said, I had this idea over the weekend. Actually, a few Christmases back, I got one of these little toy trains in a tin. It's something you get at the dime store, or like as a stocking stuffer. Anyway, it's a little plastic track, a little train that engine that uses one AA battery and has a couple of cars, and has a little plastic track. It's really cheap and chintzy, but it works. And anyway, my son's into trains. And I got it out, and he just loves the thing. Except for you got to set it up on a table or something, and that's fine and dandy. But I thought, you know what? It's so small, it fits in here, and this is one of the track layouts. It can be either an oval, or I decided to do. It doesn't like corners, and there's only 12 pieces of track. Obviously, I could buy another one and get more track, but there's really not a lot you can do with it other than just make bigger circles, maybe an S curve, but it really doesn't like going around curves. So this minimizes the curves as much as possible here. I'll explain what I got going on here as we go. I just wanted to set up what we're doing here, actually, and what this is all about. And oh man, looks like we got some people in the chat. So let me address these real quick here, and then we'll get going. Oh, hi, Gaming Keeper Cat. Hi, Alex. Dude, more motorcycle restos, Don Johnson. Yes, those take a lot of time, and I'm going to get to some. I have some bikes and such. They just take such a long time to film, and not only just restore, gathering the parts, and of course funding is also another issue too. So if you'd like to help that along, hit that little $sign, thumb me a buck or two, and every little bit helps. But you don't ever have to do that. Yeah, this is a nice idea. So anyway, hey, thanks for commenting in the chat. We'll keep something going here. I'll check it every once in a while as we're going. I also got my cats running around here, so if you hear a little bell jingling, I got one of my cats is out here helping me. Anyways, back to this. Okay, so little train, $6 in a little tin, designed as a stocking stuffer, and like I said, decided to. Well, really, what prompted this is the track it sometimes derails because the track can move a lot. And this little engine runs actually pretty fast because the wheels are teeny tiny on there. And that little battery makes it really go. And so I thought, well, okay, I'll glue it down to something. What do I have? I have lots of old materials laying around. So I have this foam board, and I thought that'd be perfect. So I was just going to cut out a square, glue it down, or paint it and glue it down. That's that. And I thought, what the heck? Why don't I make a small railroad layout? Back in my younger days, I used to do some model railroading, and probably when I become a retiree, I'll probably get back into it because that's usually how it works. But sorry, take a drink of water here. But anyway, I thought he would enjoy this. We're going to make, as you can see, what we got started here. Oh, you love cats? Yeah, oh, she gets around here around my legs. I'll show her here. But anyway, what we got started here, we're going to make a tunnel. And like I said, I got this whole foam board. This is from when I did some insulating around the house before I put new siding up and such. And I had a lot of this left over, and I've used it for other things. It's great for other kinds of crafts and making stuff. So I always just keep it around. Anyway, we made a tunnel here. I got some stuff started, and it may look a little weird to you. And granted, the whole point of this stream and this video and video series, because I'm not going to get it all done tonight. This is going to be a lengthy process. So I'm going to do multiple streams. So you'll have to come back to see each iteration of it, because we're only going to get so much done in the short time that I'm going to be doing this. Anyway, I cut out enough so the train will go through on each side here. So it's going to add some interest. It's going to disappear and come out. Obviously, that's how a tunnel works. And I decided to make mountains. Now, you can do this a lot of different ways. I am just building somewhat of a substructure of what I want. I'm just kind of making it up as I go along, too. That's kind of how I do things in life. Just like this stream, I just decided, what the hell? Make a stream. Uh-oh. That's going to demonetize me. I just said a bad word there. Okay, enough about that. If you don't know anything about back, it's an inside joke. Anyway, so we have our tunnel pieces and then these other pieces. And the mountain's only going to be about this high, I think. And we're going to, of course, add some more layers to this. Obviously, we don't want a sheer rock cliff here. I mean, I kind of want a cliff. But up here, I want to have a little high mountain pond. We're going to have a little snow up here, I think. And so like the melt off is a pond, and we're going to have a little waterfall, and then a little creek or stream that runs over here. Make a little bridge here, and then it goes off the layout. And then we'll have maybe some roads or a little fenced area over here, maybe put some cattle, or I haven't really decided yet. But I have a general idea, mountains and a stream. So what we're going to try to get done in this stream is get some mountains going here. And in the chat, if you're watching live, you can give me some tips on what you think I ought to do. We're going to do kind of a poor man's paper mache. Again, this is all going to be done with leftover materials. So far, I have a total of $6 in the project. Well, technically nothing, because I got that free. But let's say I had to buy the little toy train. So $6 in the train. The rest of this stuff, I got some leftover Mod Podge that's not any good for actual crafting. But I hate to just throw this stuff out. It's basically white glue. This is a matte finish, which isn't going to matter because we're going to paint it anyway. I got some super glue. This happens to be, you're seeing it here, this happens to be black. It's a toughen, it's pretty high-tech stuff, but it's expired, yet it still works. We got some activator here. Got some green painter's tape for holding things up. I also got my model glue. I got some more foam back here for when I get to that. I would say a newspaper. That's going to be making our paper mache bucket with water. Like I said, we probably won't get there, but like I said, I got lots of old odds and ends from my other model building stuff. Just scrap, and that's the whole idea. Is you don't have to do it exactly the way I'm doing it, obviously. And to be honest, I don't know what I'm doing. I have an idea, but I don't. Other model builders will do this differently. The idea is to use what you have, make something with what you have. And that's what we're going to do here. So, what I need to do, or what I want to do, is I want to get our mountains. I got a start here, and I want to I think I'm done up here because when I do kind of the paper mache newspaper trick, I'll make it look rough and rocky and such. So what I want to do is I have a few pieces, like I said, already cut off. And that's another thing. When you're doing projects like this, where it's like a diorama or whatever, keep the little scraps because these are going to turn into rocks or features. You know, you can carve them, shape them, do whatever. Got to just use your creativity and everything. So, hey, kitty, why don't you come up here? Come up here. Come here. Yep. Okay. She's down in the corner. You can't see her. But anyway, these were the entrances to the tunnel. So, and I want to have, you know, I know this is going to be hard for me to show. I want to have some, you know, a feature out here because, you know, a mountain kind of flows down. So we're gonna be layering things up to then layer newspaper on. So, and I might be getting up to grab some supplies here if I have to, but let's see here. There we go. Do something like that. And you know, you could use contact adhesives, just about anything here. I'll put a little glue on that. We'll just hold it in place. Activator. Activator's great with super glue. Makes it set nearly instantly. So we'll do that there. Got this other piece. I think I'm gonna wedge. I gotta cut a little wedge in there. I want to put it in there, kind of. We don't want to be too symmetrical on stuff, but I know I want some feature there. So there we go. Here, kitty. Here's one of my cats, Enna. She's kind of a brat sometimes, but she likes to be down here in the basement with me while I work on that stuff. So there's the cat. So if you guys are waiting for the cat video, I need to cut more of that off. Like I said, this part of the job, you don't have to be precise or nothing. You just want to. And as you see, I'm not going to fill this in because the idea is you're looking at it this way, so this is open so you could get to the track and the train if you ever needed to. All right. And again, like I said, I'm going to covering this up, and then of course eventually it's going to get painted and all that. So like I said, this might be a 10-part stream. I don't know. Just depends on what you know, what I decide to do and everything. So feel free to ask me any questions in the chat and such, and if you want to. And it looks like we got quite a few people watching actually, which is kind of surprising for something like this. Okay, two little pieces there. It's going to help. Okay, so I need to cut. Let's see. And tape measure here is going to be handy because I want to put a piece in here, and 5 3/4. That'll be good. 5 3/4 here. I don't have to be accurate. I'm just kind of make this long because we'll stack some pieces up on it. The beauty of this foam is it cuts nice. I mean, you can make real nice cuts with it. Got a nice sharp utility knife. Works good with that too. Okay. I mean, most super glues sometimes don't stick to foam, so you want to be kind of testing that, but But most glues, as long as it doesn't eat it, it'll be suitable for this. Like I said, this is a whatever you got laying around kind of deal. Okay. See what I'm doing here? I'm gonna start layering it up. I mean, I want this pretty steep, but I'm gonna start layering it up a little bit, and I'll make it a little rougher. I'll probably gouge it out a little bit. But we got a question in the chat here. Let me just stop for a quick. Don Johnson says, "What bike do you have in mind next? I love old Japanese bikes, and especially two-strokes. I never heard of the Bighorn and was blown away by all its weird features." Sorry to be off topic. I don't mind it. I don't mind you being off topic, Don. We can talk about anything. That's why I do these streams. Even if you aren't interested in exactly what I'm doing here, we can talk about other things. I've made streams where we just talk about, tech stuff. But, that gets kind of boring. And I have other interests too, and that's one of these. All right, back to it. So, let me back up, follow up your question here. So, was my video the one where you heard about the Bighorn first, or did you hear it on about it kind of other ways? Let's do something. Hang on. But yeah, so I'll let you answer that question. But the bikes I have in mind. Well, I have an F7 I'd like to do up. I have several triples of different displacements and such. I like to do those up. I mean, I hate to say this because then I won't do it because something will come up, life happens, whatever. But the F7 in 1971, first year, I'd like to do up that bike. If you go to my website, I know I have a picture of the state it's in, and it's pretty. You're not. You can see the state of it in. You're not really a Cowie guy either. Well, here's the thing. I'm not really brand specific. I guess I have a lot of Kawasaki's, but I don't hate other brands, and that's okay. I have Yamahas and stuff. Like I said, if you, I assume you've been to my website, and if you haven't, I have pictures of not every single bike I own, but a lot of them that I've either fixed up or that are in the process of being fixed up, or that are kind of survivors. All different kinds of stuff. So head on over to my website, and you can find that anywhere on my YouTube channel, Facebook, all that. I have links everywhere for that. I'm in the process of actually redesigning it a little bit myself. Again, I do this all myself, folks. So have a heart when you don't see something as fast. Like I said, and like everybody else, money's an issue sometimes. I don't really have any other brands of bikes that I really have that really need fixed up. I mean, I got my dad's A7SS. He bought new. I'm the curator of it now, and it just needs kind of cleaned up. It's a Survivor, so I might do that as kind of a, hey, here's what you do when you're not doing a full resto, but you just want to, and it runs and rides and everything, but just want to get it cleaned up a little bit more. So that's not a promise. None of this is, but those are probably some of the bikes I might do. Don also says, have you ever saw or rode a Suzuki RV 90 or 125? RV 90, yes. RV 125, I've seen it on the internet, but not in person. But the 90, yes, I have. Yeah. And, Suzuki's of those vintage are kind of interesting. They were kind of weird. Had some oddities to them as well. I mean, all the Japanese kind of did. Anyway, Hondas of the era might have been the most, and I say this endearing, boring of them compared to the others, because they just made, all different kinds of four-stroke motorcycles at that time. They really weren't about two strokes till much later compared to the other guys. And but I mean, they made great bikes. That's not a knock. But they were very kind of boring in a way. But like I said, that's why they sold so many, because they just had a more mass appeal. Your Suzuki's, Kawasaki's, Yamaha were maybe less so because of that. Let's see here. Trying to layer this up like I want. I'll put that piece. Oh crap! I got glue on my hands and fingers, of course. But so you're Don's a huge fan of three-wheelers and fat tire bikes, fat cats and big wheels. Yeah, I have some. My first motorcycle was a three-wheeler. 3 years old. There's a picture on my website. That one might be a little hard to find, but you can go on my website. There's on my website I have pictures of two three-wheelers that were kind of my first wheels off-roading. But it was a 1970 or 69. Can't remember. A US 90, or later named the ATC 90, but the early balloon tires and all, without the hubs or rims. Where the tire and the big balloon tires. I mean, I have one of those. It's in. I was 3 years old. My dad. It was used when we got it. He fixed it up. It got rode a lot. It's in disrepair, but I could fix it up again. Got all the fiberglass fenders, and they're fiberglass, not plastic. But them tires are the hard thing. They're really expensive, the reproductions, and if you can find a reasonable real one. No way. Hey, I knew you'd find me in here. I'm using Loctite 380. It's Black Max. It's expired. It's toughened. It's not, definitely overkill for this. But okay, let me show you what I'm doing. Okay, we got our mountain, and like I said, I'm going to have a little bit of like a little pond or something, I hope, up here, and then I'm going to have it trickle down, so I want to have somewhere for it to go here. But I got to work over on this side. Like I said, this is just the foundation for the poor man's paper mache I'm going to be doing. And I even have some old plaster and such, lightweight plaster and things that I'm gonna take care of here. A little bit more. So this is just, building a little substructure here. Don Johnson says NOS is about $10,000. What are you talking about? I guess what are you referencing there? The three-wheeler tires? I don't think they're $10,000. I thought they were more like $500 a piece, which I guess isn't terrible, but it's more than I want to spend sometimes. But and no way, this is just the activator for the super glue. Makes it kick over instantly. Most people didn't know that super glues have that. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Oh, each tire, 10,000 each tire. Are you sure about that? I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked it up. Maybe, well, NOS, you know what? You're right. Maybe I'm thinking of there is a company reproducing them. I do know that. I can't, like Osu or Osaku or something. I really don't know, but anyway. just in good shape. Holding error is about 500,000. Okay, well, I guess I got about $3,000 in tires on mine. They do hold air, but they're pretty dry rotted. I didn't know that. I really didn't know that. Like I said, that's why I like this. I learn things. Just like you guys. I'm nothing special. I'm just a guy with a YouTube channel here that likes motorcycles and apparently likes likes building crappy model railroad layouts. Okay. I don't know. All right. I mean, hopefully, hopefully you guys are seeing a pretty stable stream here. Like I said, I'm always out doing this like on a Wi-Fi and sometimes, you know, I has fits because I don't Wi-Fi ain't fast enough and it ain't recommended the way I'm doing it here. But Don, oh, you're heavy into ATCs. Okay, cool. I mean, I'm not an expert at all, you know, so I could be wrong. I also had, like I said, I want you, after this stream, I want you to go to my website and see if you can find those pictures of me on my ATC 90 or my US 90. There's also, I have a trike, or had a trike as well. I mean, it was my dad's, obviously. I was 3 years old. I didn't buy it. But it was Montgomery Ward T555 or something like that. I don't know. It's all up there too. And I got pictures of me on that and such. So I want you guys to, or Dawn at least, I want you to go to my website after this, and I want you to find my ATC page. You can comment directly on the website. Don't have to register or do none of that. Just you can do it anonymously. I mean, it asks for your email, but just fake one. Like I said, I don't store any of that stuff. It's just the commenting system requires something. So stream is great. Oh, great, excellent. Oh, hey, Josh, you're in there too. Haven't seen you in a while. In here. Josh is someone I know in real life, actually, in the stream here. Pretty good guy. Anyway, yeah, Dawn, go to my website after this. I expect to see a comment on my website within the next few, next day or so. I expect one. Actually, speaking of which, I use, kind of ATVs and stuff. Speaking of ATVs, I used to write freelance for ATV magazine before it went belly up in 2011 or something. I think it was a little earlier than that. It's been a long time yet. But I used to write for that magazine. I used to do the tech pieces. Had a bunch of friends. Well, actually, you can read all about that on my website, honestly. But we used to race ATVs kind of long before it got big. And I used to write pieces about that. Mostly around the sport ATVs, because they're most similar to motorcycles. So, okay. I know you guys can't really see what I'm doing, but I gotta work. I gotta work on the end. I can see myself. I can see towards myself here, but I'll show you what I'm doing later after a bit. I know this is not the way to run a stream here. Anyway, Don, what do you got to say here? Nowadays it's about Honda ATV 250Rs, 350X, Kawasaki Takati, Tri-Zs. Yeah, I mean, I'm reasonably familiar with all those models you just rattled off there. I couldn't tell you. I'm not as into it like that I could just rattle off some specs or some, this, that, and the others. That's what forums are for. And that's, I learn from other people too. Okay. Might be getting close to be making up our paper mache, because that's gonna be the fun part. Yeah, I might have not done that exactly. As you can see, I made some steps there. Just kind of need to put something there, I feel. It's too. Good. I'm glad you're seeing a good stream here. Yeah, I know that I knew a couple of those models you listed off were two-stroke trikes, although the 350X I believe is four-stroke, right? Am I right? I'm actually not 100% sure on that. When we wrote for the magazine, it was more for ATVs, four-wheelers and such, and more on the tech and performance side. And so I was familiar with the 250R, TRX or TRX versus the ATC. It's the four-wheeler counterpart, obviously. Okay, so that's kind of cool. I haven't really thought about three-wheelers in a long time. Truth be told, I think they're coming from a motorcycle trials guy, done a little bit of ice racing, done a lot of different kind of motorcycle racing. I think three-wheelers are dangerous. I mean, when operated correctly and by an experienced person, they're just as safe as anything else. But they have a little bit of a false sense of security. I mean, I'd say that about four-wheelers too, to a certain extent, but as well, because it seems like people think, oh well, I can't fall, I can't balance, or they don't think they can balance a motorcycle, so they figure an ATV is what they need because they don't have to balance. Well, as you know, things can get out of control pretty quick. Although on the front with three-wheelers, that's the thing. At least three-wheelers, they tell you real quick when they're getting out of shape, and and an experienced rider, they can maybe get them to slow down. Whereas a four-wheeler, it's kind of all or nothing sometimes. So I don't know, but I don't hate on them. It's kind of like Harley Davidson. Not a fan, but I don't hate the bikes. They're fine. Got a video on that too, kind of. But I don't want to make this about that. Let's see. I'm gonna see. I should probably do that. Yeah, three-wheelers and golf carts too. Yeah, people get stupid on those things as well. I mean, I can't say that I haven't messed around. I mean, I was young once. Okay, I need to. All right, let's bust that off. I need to put a piece up here because it needs to be a little higher. You know what, guys? I think don't hate the bikes, just the bikers. Yeah, that's kind of the way I play it, because there's good and bad on both either side. So, yeah. Okay, guys. Here's what I got going on here. A little bit here. I think that's what I'm going to leave it at. I think that's. I'm just kind of picturing how I'm going to put this together. So I think it might be time to maybe mix up some of my stuff here. All right. And the newspaper here. Sorry for the noise, but I don't know. I'm just guessing on the ratio of this glue and stuff. So, and you know what? I just realized I am going to need some gloves to do this. Okay, right back. All right. Some gloves here. Now we get to start making a mess. Moves back as the bucket appears. I don't get it here. Oh. All right. Yep. Let's see here. All right. Now a little bit of water. Sorry, my head's getting cut off. I know. Like I said, I only have one camera going for this thing. All right. And actually, I'm going to put this on the floor, but. That'd be enough. Okay. All right. Okay. Start. I better start with small strips right now, until I know what I'm gonna do it here. And the best thing about here, with this here is to crumple it up and soak it in the water, or the glue and water mix, which is what I'm doing here. We don't get this over too many things here. You know, at the Model Railroad store back in the day, I used to use something they call it mountain paper, which was basically like wallpaper. Just wallpaper that kind of had kind of mountainy designs, and let's see, and you kind of crinkled it up and you just let it, and then when it dried, it held its shape, and it kind of let, you know, without doing much weathering right out of the bat. I mean, you still needed to do some things. It kind of looked like mountains, obviously. That's why they called it mountain paper. And I'm just laying this in. I'm probably going to have to do a couple layers here. And I'm going to have to let this dry, obviously. But I might have to let this dry. You know, I didn't want to make, with the microphone, I didn't want to make too much noise. But it's like, when I'm doing projects like this, I get out the hair dryer and kind of can speed things up here a little bit. But I'm gonna kind of just leave the crinkles. The more crinkling and such, the better. Like I said, we're gonna cover this with well, spray paint of some sort and other paints, acrylics, whatever. This is probably very riveting entertainment here, but Gallagher Bucket-O-Matic, maybe showing my age here. Well, you must be. I must not be that old. I am not sure what you're referencing. So, care to enlighten me? No way. Hopefully the chat, you know, off topic. Hopefully the chat replay works with this. Works this time. I don't know. I've done some other live streams, and then I don't know. Maybe it's because I have had the low latency on. I don't know. I'm talking specs here, and you guys probably don't care about that. I'm hoping this stuff, when it dries, it's going to be just in a similar form. Yeah, kind of mountainy. I mean, we're gonna add a lot of little details to this. So this is just building up a, you're building up. All you're doing here is building up layers. Yeah, for to put things on. So it doesn't have to be. The more random and kind of messy even it is, kind of is going to be the better here. So I just hope that this inspires somebody to kind of maybe create their own thing. That's the thing. Some of you viewers out here, especially if you're watching this archived, which I don't know why you would, but if you're watching this archive, it's like, get on YouTube and just make a video. Use your phone, make a video about something you're passionate about. There's somebody that'll watch it, and it ain't about making money. I mean, yeah, I monetize my stuff, and I appreciate it if somebody hits that super chat and highlights their comment and everything, and I sure appreciate when that happens. But it's more about just the creating and sharing the sharing of ideas. I hope something like this causes somebody to want to, try something like this. Now I know I'm covering my tonal up here, but I'll cut it when it dries. I can just cut it out with my razor knife, and yeah. So, all right. Okay. Gallagher is an old comedian. He hit things acknowledged with a huge hammer and the sledge-o-matic. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So it's that kind of thing. Okay. Not heard of it, but I understand now. I understand what you're talking about. That is funny. Well, one of these days with augmented reality and stuff, maybe that can be a thing. Online kind of deal. Well, I mean, the joke is always like smell-o-vision and stuff, Well, maybe that can be a reality someday. If we, like me and you live that long, maybe that can be a reality. Okay. I am hoping this. I hope I put it. Honestly, I hope I put enough glue. I almost thought about when it starts using a little bit of hairspray or starch. Honestly, let's see. Do I got any hairspray out here? Which most people be wondering why I'd have some hairspray down here, but when I do this kind of stuff, there's a neat weathering chip trick I use in hairspray. So I do keep some Aquanet around for some of those reasons. Okay, I got too much here. Okay, how about that? Let's see. Stick. That wrinkled up a little bit. I need, because that's where my little high mountain pond and kind of my little waterfall is gonna happen here, and I guess I can kind of just reinforce this a little, get a little go. That might be okay. Oops, I don't want that. We need to kind of, I don't want to follow contours too heavily, but I guess we can always kind of adjust that later. Heck, if I my cards right, I could make a little cave back in there. Yeah, there we go. Kind of make that jut out there, and yeah, have a little cave going on. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to cut everything out, but doesn't look like much. But that's what I got so far here. So this is kind of got to dry off before I can really do anything here. What do we got here? Let's see. This year I made a plywood shell for my end scale. You're giving me ideas for that. I didn't know you were into model railroading. I mean, you're always in my streams, and gosh, I appreciate that when you can be. But I didn't know you were into model railroading. I've never really featured that here other than some of my diorama stuff, but yeah, when I was a kid, used to do a lot of it and just kind of learned as I go. And now, okay, you say I'm giving you ideas, great, but I'm not saying this is the way to do this. This is, well, I have newspapers, I have, Mod Podge, which, Elmer's glue, essentially. This foam board. And I thought, well, is this a way to do it? I mean, I know this is sort of the way the professionals do it, but of course they use all those fancy smancy materials from the hobby store, and which is fine. I mean, some of that can make this a little easier. Like, I should have probably gotten that plaster cloth stuff and made sort of a skeleton-like thing, but my moderator there, which is also my wife, most of you know, who are in my streams often, says I don't have any hairspray. She took it out of the basement, and so no, I guess I don't have any hairspray, so I can't do that trick. But you know what? The hairspray probably wouldn't work real good just yet. I'd need to let this dry a little. I had a fan going. I may be behind it. I didn't want to say the guy from Laverne and Shirley. I look like him. Well, this is just one of my old work shirts. I didn't know how messy I was going to get, so I wanted to be wearing old clothes. So let's see. I don't know. Do I need to have a? Maybe I'll. I wonder if I can. Okay. This may not work, but I'm going to make a big, huge boulder out of crumpled up newspaper here. I may have to glue, once it dries, I may have to fully glue it down, but we'll, let's see here. I mean, I'm going to, that may not turn out when I want it to turn out, but I'll give it a shot. I got more newspaper here. Might as well use it. It says I'm very cheap. I like to use what I have. So looking for a cool LPDs, not to copy what. Hey, I don't care if you copy what I do. Hey, this is the internet. This is what I like about the internet. I watch other people's content, other people's videos, and I get ideas and techniques and whatnot from them. I even watch, obviously, content that isn't even totally related, and I get ideas from their videos and things, and I think it's just I feed off of their creativity and such. So I just something I enjoy. I don't know if those are gonna look. I can always take them up. It's like none of this is permanent and whatnot. But here, you can't see what I was doing, but I just crumpled up some newspapers, kind of put, like I said, think of like the origin of a river here, snow melt, maybe a real high mountain pond. It's going to be, and honestly, to be in scale, it's going to be really tiny, and it's going to flow down. I'm probably going to have to go to the hobby store and get that easy water. It's kind of a wax type. You pour it. It looks like water when you're done. I've used it once before, long time ago, and I'm we're gonna kind of go, you know. You got to make the sound when you do that. You gotta go, you know, and then we're gonna wind its way and gonna go off there. You know, maybe we'll have a little campground over here. I don't know. I got a lot of ideas. I got some old Matchbox and Hot Wheels cars. I don't know. Those are gonna have to be over here, because you know we're doing a little forced perspective, so kind of idea here. So I don't know. Let's see. I guess I'm done with my. I'm liking my mountain. I'm liking my mountain here, at least for now. So I might have to add to it, but I'm liking what I have. So I think I'm done with that. So we can probably take the old gloves off. Now, I mean, I might be as far as I can go until that dries, because I can't really do anything there. But what I can do is, you know, I'm gonna have to shape and mold these, but I should have done this before I did this. But I got these little pieces here, so. Put these along the side, kind of define the outer edge a little bit. Trying to decide what to do here. I don't know. Just seems like needs something there. I don't know. I need to be kind of, when you're doing this kind of stuff, I know I want to kind of keep it as random as possible. I'm going off the. Let's see if I can hold that there a little bit. Okay. Let's see. See, like that activator makes the glue instantly set, and then you don't have to hold it. Anyway, check the chat here real quick for you guys here. I need a small train to go with my antique ceramic Christmas tree. So the shelf was born. It's just a shelf so far, but wants to be more. Yeah, N gauge, or actually there's Z gauge. I do have an N gauge scale. Actually, I was looking through. This is similar topic, but same thing. I was recently looking through my old archive footage in my VHS tapes, because I have some I have some footage I know of my layout, and my layout, and my wife's seen it. I mean, it's at my parents' house. Like I said, grew up, met girls, went to college, all that kind of jazz, cliche. Everybody says that. But I had 3 different scales. We had O, HO, and N, all on the same layout. kind of laid out so you could have there was a lot of action going on. Trains going in, under and over, and then, like I said, I built a layout. Now, it wasn't professionally done, but I mean, it did that. And then I had my slot cars. I had my slot car track over on one end, so that was like the raceway and stuff. I mean, again, I when I think back, it's like damn, I had some pretty cool stuff. It's a pretty cool kid, I guess. Now I'm just a lame adult, but I hate to just throw these little particles away. You know what? I'm not gonna. They're gonna go right into the box. I don't know. I'm kind of at a stopping point, folks. I mean, because I don't really want to build out here till I truly know what I'm doing with the mountain. It's kind of all going to start here. I will have to figure something out for trees, but I have a lot of old garland and all that stuff. That works great. I used to use that all the time. That works great for pine trees and stuff. You know, you just clip it off and then the little needles and stuff. Even you can use that as weeds and like if you paint the ends brown, cattails if we need that. Just gotta be real creative with that stuff. You know, since I'm kind of done, let me just go through my box while I got it here. This is just some like kind of green foam stuff. I don't know. It's kind of sheeting. I don't know what I can do that. I got. Well, that's some other type of foam if I wanted to do some buildings. Here's miscellaneous styrene rods and such. That's mostly for vinyl building. I got extra sheets of that. Did some engraving in the past. Here's some flat sheets of styrene. I don't think I'm going to build any buildings. Got some brass tubing here. I don't know what I got that. That's for sifting through. So, here's what I'm looking for. Just kind of fluffy green stuff for putting on trees, or at this scale, be more like bushes. There, I do have some lichen here, and this stuff's kind of whitish, so I can put it up top because it's going to be snowing on the mountain there. What is this? Oh, this is spray glue. Is it good? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. That stuff's still good, so good. I'll need that. Oh yeah, I got this yellow powder which can simulate like dandelions and maybe buttercups and such. Well, there's some more flocking. Just that can be like tall grass. Oh geez, got it coming out of it. What do we got here? Oh, it's got a hole in the bag. Okay, I'm gonna have to seal that up. What else do I got? Of course, sprue and stuff. Okay, that's some real black grass. That's gonna sprinkle on the mountain for sure. I got some oil paint, burnt umber. Oh, I didn't know I had this stuff. Well, I mean, here we go. I got parts of a tree. There's the base. I don't know. I'd have to put that flocking on it to make it kind of look real. I don't know. I might not use these, but there you go. Something. This would have to be way off in the distance over here. You know, the mountains are way far away. I mean, it's going to be way out of scale because this train it's somewhere between N and HO. You know, it's I'm going to have to weather the train to even try and make it look something. Oh, I got I got some small trees, some larger trees. Oh, I even got some. Oh, that's right. If you guys watch my other diorama, I got some little deer that are tiny, and they'll fit in right at the base of the mountain to really push the mountain back in that forced perspective. But yeah, I got a lot of parts and things, wheels and tires from model building that I'll use. But okay, well, I got. I'm gonna honestly, I'm gonna have to buy some stuff, but I kind of figured that based on. Actually, let's put these in here so they go all over. I kind of figured that, and that's okay. If you gotta buy stuff, it's just You know, I have, and this isn't even all my materials. This is just one small box I dug out. I'm not going to be using any of that. Of things. You know, this is my junk pile of crafty stuff. Now, I mean, I'm hoping you regulars are starting to understand why my channel is called The Junk Man, or why my nickname is The Junk Man, because I keep a lot of junk. Actually, funny story, and because my moderator's listening, I recently ordered a roll-off for to get rid of some junk, just stuff that I've been junk that I've been storing for some things almost 10 years. Like, I use that for a project. Oh, well, in 10 years I haven't used a project. It went in the trash. Sometimes I think of myself as a high-functioning hoarder. What do we got going on here? I'm not watching the chat. Guys are probably making fun of me in the chat. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Katie, my moderator, saying I got him the train as a joke several years ago because he wanted a full... Oh, yeah, I want to build... That's another thing. I want to build a garden railway, and I will get that done. I have a pretty extensive pond going on and other things. That might be a future video. I don't know. Comment below or comment on the community tab if that's something you'd like to see. Yeah. Yeah, let's see here. So much junk. Yep. I'm gonna simulate weed spray for them dandelions. Well, I could kind of do a dusting of brown. I mean, I have tons of spray paint, so we're gonna bust that out next time. Yeah, one junk is another runs treasure. I go to auction, see many boxes. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Well, the stuff I got rid of literally was junk. And to be fair, I mean, I'm making a joke. Some of this stuff it was just hard to get rid of in regular trash pickups or things, because there was some old steel and iron, but not enough to go to the recycler because they don't give you nothing for it, and the recycler's too far away to drive it, and I didn't have enough to even make a pickup load to make it worth it. So, and I had leftover construction material from house renovations and all that. Like I said, people want to see the motorcycle stuff. Well, this is why the motorcycle stuff doesn't happen. I have a life outside of YouTube here. Believe it or not, and like I said, I get a wild hair in my mind, and I build something like this. This is going to be a multi-video, multi-stream process. So I don't know how long, but like I said, if you're watching this archived, tune in for the next one. Be watching for it. I'll create a playlist for this thing, and then probably at the very end when I get it done, I'll probably download all this stream footage and then edit it up and maybe do some voiceover, and then make a condensed video, maybe keep it like about 10 minutes long or something like that, so future people can see it all come together. And to be honest, I don't know what this is going to look like. I have an idea in my head of what it's going to look like, and it's just getting that idea to come out through these arms to these fingers and make it happen. And I tell you, that's the hardest thing. I mean, it seems to come easy to me, but this is things I obsess over, and it's you don't want to live in my mind sometimes. It doesn't shut off. My wife can attest to that. But I don't know. I'm just rambling here. Unless anybody else has some comments or questions, while we got a few more minutes here, maybe in the chat. Otherwise, you can comment below. I respond to almost every comment. That I put on my videos. I try to respond to everyone. So, if you're watching this archived and you have a comment about what I did or am doing, go right on ahead. Won't offend me. Another thing, I have a poll going right now on the community tab on my YouTube channel. Go over there. vote for it. If you're subscribed to me and you hit the bell for notifications, it should have popped up in your feed on YouTube, but if it didn't, go to the community tab on my channel. You'll see a poll right now. If you're watching this archived, it may not be active, but right now that's asking, what do you want to see next? I have some choices there, and you can see, vote for the one you want to see next, and that's probably, and that is what I'll make next. I mean, after I close the poll on that, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do that. But other thing, head to my website, check out all I do there. I'm constantly updating it. Actually, I'm in the midst of revamping it. And, you know, if you like my content, give it a like, give it a share. I have some affiliate links. Buy something from one of those companies. I get a little spiff off that. Not much, but it's all appreciated if you do. Also, you like me enough to wear my merchandise. I have some t-shirts, some coffee mugs, some stickers, things like that. Look down below. Should be right under this video. You can buy it right there, or you can go to my Teespring store. Links in the description. So that's about it. Gotta let this dry, and we'll come back to this another time. I'll schedule it out so you guys can set your reminders and see where we go from here. But anyway, that's about all for this stream. So I appreciate you watching. I appreciate all the interaction in the chat. And give me some ideas. Like I said, we just got started. So leave some comments. Give me some ideas where I should take this next. Thank you. Thanks for watching.